In this lesson, we're going to explore one more method for interactively mirroring objects. In our case, we're going to focus in on text. Now, one thing you could always do was mirror objects using the property bar. Well, now we're going to do it interactively by clicking and dragging handles. We're going to look at how we do that with artistic text. Nothing new, but what is new to CorelDRAW X4 is the ability to do the exact same thing with paragraph text, and that's without converting it to curves first. In other words, when we interactively mirror paragraph text, it's still paragraph text when we're done. So I'm going to show you how to do that using the same file that we've been working with throughout this chapter, interactivetools1.cdr. If you've been following along, you can just click on the Page 8 tab to see what I have. And if you're skipping to this lesson, no worries. If you've got the exercise files, go to the Lesson 11 folder, open up this file, interactivetools1.cdr, and click on Page 8 down at the bottom. So let's start with our artistic text. I'm going to click right here on the lower Green Onion Bistro text. That's artistic text. It's now selected, and there's no special tool for this. On the property bar, sure, we have our mirroring tools to mirror horizontally. Just kind of flips it around facing the other direction. Click it again, brings it back. We can also mirror vertically by clicking one button. Now it's upside down, and we can bring it back. But we can do this interactively as well. If I want to flip it upside down, I could go to the top handle, for example, and just click and drag down. Now it looks like I'm sizing this, but when I go past center, you can see now I flipped it upside down. So if I wanted it that size, I would let go, maybe move it into position to create a special effect. I can flip it horizontally by going to the sides. See, as I drag over to the side here, I'm actually flipping it. And if I wanted to do both, I could go to a corner, click and drag down and across until I get the location and size I'm looking for, and let go, and I flipped them both horizontally and vertically at the same time. All right, I'm just going to flip it upside down using the vertical option up here on the property bar. And let's apply a special effect that we looked at in the previous lesson, transparency. I'm going to click on my interactive transparency tool over here in the toolbox. If you don't see it, just click and hold that down. It's the last option on the flyout. And then with my Green Onion Bistro that's upside down selected, I'm just going to click and drag from the top onion down past the lower onion, straight down, and let go. And you can see the effect that I've created. Go to my Pick tool, deselect, and now it looks like it's kind of mirrored, maybe in water or something. Let's do that now with our paragraph text. Well, this is paragraph text. Something we couldn't do was mirror it interactively, but now when I go to a handle, for example, I'm going to go to the top, just click and drag down and go past, and you can see now it just flipped it upside down. There we go. How about side to side? You bet. Click and drag across and over until you get the exact frame size you're looking for, and let go. We can also use these buttons to flip it back and up, right side up. I'm going to move that up here now by clicking, dragging from the center. And I'm going to copy it. Control-C on the keyboard is the shortcut, or you could go to your copy button if you prefer up here on the toolbar. Now we're going to paste it. You can use your paste button or Control-V. Paste a copy right on top of the copy that we copied from. And I'm going to hold down my Shift key and hit the down arrow to super nudge that down below the original. So now I'm going to flip it upside down. I'll just use my property bar this time and drag it back down. So now, can I apply that transparency? No, not exactly. I'm going to have to convert this to curves now to apply that special effect that we did with our artistic text. It's not really an object. It is still paragraph text. So although we can do the interactive mirroring, we can't do some of the other things that normally are reserved for objects. So if I tried to go over to my transparency tool, you'll notice the no sign next to my wine glass there, and I can't actually click and drag and apply the transparency. So I'll go back to the Pick tool. It's still selected. Just going to go up to Arrange, Convert to Curves. I don't really need people reading this anyway, so I just want to create the effect that I did with my artistic text. Back to the interactive transparency tool, click and drag straight down to apply that effect. Maybe use the slider to make it a little more transparent. And now you've got the idea. We'll click our Pick tool, deselect to look at the end result. Kind of a neat effect. Well, now you can interactively mirror your paragraph text just like you can with other objects, including artistic text. You should have a good fundamental understanding of the interactive tools now, having completed this chapter. I encourage you to experiment with all of them because really the possibilities are endless.